From the altar set up in front of the shrine, the drums sounded with an echoing boom. It was the finale of the festival. I'll be going off ahead then. Uh-oh, I need to go and get myself a good spot too. Well then everyone, see you in a bit. Both Rika-chan and Tomitake-san gave their farewells and disappeared into the crowd. They've got business to do. I wish both of you the best in your endeavours. Now, shall we be off? Yeah, might as well see Rika-chan's charming figure. Let's go! Yeah! Huh? Where's Rena? What are you doing? Keiichi-kun! Michan! Save me! Since she was carrying such a ridiculously large stuffed animal, she was being carried by the flow of people. What is she doing? She must have her hands full taking care of that bear. I'm surprised people aren't just like going around her because she's carried such a large bear. So I'll leave Rena in your care, Kei-chan. I have my hands full taking care of Sakoto. Whoa, who would want to be looked after by you, Mion-san? Ouch, please don't pull on my arm. Before losing sight of Mion, I grabbed the back of Rena's collar. Keiichi-kun, not there, don't grab me there. Always so bossy. Where can I grab then? Where can I grab then? I didn't feel ashamed at all. Rena was ashamed enough for the both of us. I grabbed onto Rena's hand and dashed after Mion and the others. We're gonna be late. Let's hurry up. Yeah. I hadn't realised Rena's hand was so delicate. Maybe she needed a bit more exercise and nutrition. That wasn't what I meant, not at all. My ears burned. I tried to keep calm and repeated the phrase, "Keep it together, Keiichi Maimara," in my mind, but it didn't look like I was able to anytime soon. I really didn't want Rena to see my face right then, so I pushed onwards, dragging her along without even looking back once. There was already a huge group of people gathered at the altar in front of the shrine. The fire at the altar made it bright as the midday and just as hot. There was a pile of futons warded with sanctified rope in front of the altar. Come to think of it, they did say it was a festival where they did something with the cottons in futons. Keiichi-san, Rena-san, we're over here. Sakoto waved her hand from the front row. Sorry. Making our way through the mass of people, we reached the spot they saved. Yay, at least we got reserved seats at the front row. How was it? Were you able to have a bit of excitement with Rena? You punk, so that was your plan, was it? Instead of replying, Mion gave us a perverse grin. How was it, Rena? Was Keiichi's hand bigger than you thought it would be? Oh god, already just sucker punched already. How? Rena turned bright red, puffs of steam shooting out of her. I heard something slide through the air and turned around to see Mion on the ground with a welt on her face. Mion, when were you hit? Between the how, I think. Rena, it's not good to punch your friends to hide your embarrassment. Also, Misato had taken out 3 of us in one go. I didn't hit her, whatever, how? Thump. The thunderous beat of the drum echoed, silencing the crowd. You must all be quiet, it's beginning. It was a solemn ritual. Rika-chan entered dressed as a shrine maiden, followed by members of the municipal committee. The elders all looked at Rika-chan and clasped their hands in praise. The only thing allowed to disturb the profound silence was the flash on Tomitake-san's camera. What's that big thing Rika-chan's is holding? A hoe that's used for this festival. It's a sacred farming tool that only the shrine maiden may touch. It was an awkward shape for a piece of farm equipment, not uncommon for something used in rituals. After reciting a Shinto prayer, Rika-chan approached the pile of futon gathered at the altar. He swung the hoe skillfully, plowing it into the futons. Each and every little movement of this performance probably had to be done in a certain way. Without a doubt, this was a ritual. What's next? Airing out futons? She's purifying futons that absorbed illnesses from people over the winter. So when Kei-chan said airing out futons, he wasn't completely wrong. Rika-chan's face was already dripping with sweat. The hoe was probably really heavy. She staggered side to side with the momentum of each swing. The actor looked on silently, lending her support. Worried? Rika practiced every single day with her mochi hammer. She will certainly prevail. The actor's hand was sweaty, and whenever Rika-chan started to sway a little, she held her breath. Why wasn't Mion a candidate to be the Shrine Maiden? It feels wrong having Rika-chan swing around something so heavy. I'd do it if they asked me, you know. And well, it's not something just anyone could do. That's true. Shrine Maidens need to be pure after all. Oh, okay. Mion drove her elbow into my side. I think that is a well-deserved just nudge. With a thud of the big drum, Rika-chan gave a solemn bow and descended from the altar. That triggered a round of generous applause. After the Shinto priest has raised up the cleansed futons like a portable altar, all the spectators stood up. Following after the priest, we all marched on at a moderate pace. They descended the shrine's giant stairs in a line. What's happening now? Washing out the futons in the river? Ha 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 ha! Watanagashi means setting cotton adrift, you know. So we're just gonna let the futons just drift down the river. The procession continued right to the bank of the stream. A fire was stoked high and it was bright as day here too. People started gathering around it and clamouring. Alright, get in line. Line up, Keiichi-kun. I wonder what was up. Maybe we get some holy wine? I doubt it. Red and white bean buns? It's not food. I said it was cotton. Ah, but of course. They didn't call it the Watanagashi for nothing. I finally understood. The municipal committee members pulled out the cotton from inside the futons and balled it up like a mochi, handed it out to people. When I dove into the line and brought some out for me as well. We then proceeded to the bank of the stream. Since it's your first time, Keiichi-kun, just copy what I do. He held the cotton in her right hand and waved her hand as if to purify it. He touched it to her forehead, chest, navel and both thighs. You do this 3 times and silently give thanks to Oyashiro-sama. Oyashiro-sama? What's that? The name of the shrine's god? Yes, it's the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. It brings about both miracles and curses, so you must be sure to show respect. That sounded like a pretty frightening god. But well, when in Rome... I was officially a resident of Hinamizawa now. After all, doing as Rena showed me, I touched the cotton over myself 3 times. Thank you, Oyashiro-sama. Thank you, Oyashiro-sama. Oyashiro-sama. This way, all the evil that possesses you is sucked out by the cotton. Then you let it drift gently away on the stream, and you're done. Together, Ren and I set our pieces of cotton afloat on the surface of the water. The flowers of cotton blooming in the water had sucked out all the evil festering Hinamizawa and drifted off, disappearing into the distance, for it to bloom elsewhere. It was wonderful, like those floating lantern festivals I'd seen on TV. The best part though was feeling like this rite of passage had made me a true resident of Hinamizawa.